Okay, so you have your file here and you asked me to have a look at it, and then maybe let's see what you wrote. Oh yeah, some tutorials online that were using Boolean tool to make the windows and doors. But I think I made a real mess of it. Okay, so I'll have a look at your file first, and then I'll talk a little bit about the Boolean tool, because it can be useful, but yeah, there's some sort of caveats. Okay, first things first, let's see. Okay, so the first things I notice is that the windows have different depth, so it looks kind of weird. Let's have a start with the smallest doorknob. So the origin is here. We do the origin there, and this has way too much topology. That's better. We can shade it flat to not make it look horrible. Then the door. That's fine. Then you have the door frame attached to the building, which I wouldn't do. We'd make it a separate selection. So now you just have the hole for the door. But apart from that, it's also fine. Nothing much to go wrong there. Then this building. Okay, so it doesn't have a floor. This is probably the result of the Boolean modifier. This looks super weird. So we can just delete all that. There we go. And for the rest, this is not good topology. Like you have, this is an n-gon now. Another quad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vertices. So 6 vertices. So that's no good. If you'd want to fix it, like I would use the knife tool. Start cutting. Fix it like that. But I think you use the Boolean tool, and I think it's not really... I mean, it's a good tool. I'll show you later. It's an interesting tool, but why not make life easier for yourself and say, okay, this is my container. I make a loop cut. This is the side of the window, other side of the window, top of the window, bottom of the window, and there you have your window. Same for the door. Pop, pop. Door might be a little bit higher. There's your door. And then if you want a door frame, you can duplicate this, Shift D, move it a little bit, separate selection. Extrude it inwards. You have your door frame. Scale it to make it really flat. Same for the other side. So now you would have a window frame, and by the same logic you can make a loop cut, duplicate it, scale it a little bit, separate the selection, and fill it, for example, and then, I don't know, loop cut it again, inset, double inset. Oh wait, first I have to apply rotation and scale. Inset, double inset, and extrude, and then origin to geometry. And then you would have your window, which is way easier, I think, than working with the Boolean tool. Also, like if you want to move this, for example, so if you keep the door simple, see, you can move it. You would have to adjust these, of course, but you can also select them. Move the entire thing. Door frame, same. I'll do it again. So select the outline by Alt, left clicking, Shift D. Separate the selection, so you have your door is separate. Extrude. Now in this case, we don't need these vertices, these edges. And again, Shift D, scale it down a little bit, separate selection, fill it, apply rotation, and then inset it in whatever direction you want. I think you did it outwards, right? So let's do that. And then you would have a door. So that's easier than the Boolean tool, I think. I can show you the Boolean tool. I think you discovered the idea of the Boolean tool, right? So with the Boolean tool, you can make cutouts with one shape into another shape. So let's say, okay, we apply the Boolean to in this shape, the big cube we want to cut out something from. Then we select the Boolean object. And now if we hide the Boolean object, you can see it did a cutout. Actually, what's good is that there's an add-on called Bool Tools. I think I already enabled it. Yeah, Bool Tools. There it is. So you can get it under extensions and then activate it under the add-ons. And I think it's somewhere here. Yeah, there. So, because you don't want to unhide it the whole time. So what this has is the following. You can do under the brush boolean, you can do difference. Oh, wait, the other way around. Up. Difference. And now you have your boolean as a wireframe. So you can still see what it's doing. You can see its effect, and you can still select it and edit it and move it. And that's the practical thing of the Boolean modifier, is that it's non-destructive. So first I can say, okay, I want my window here. Then I keep on modeling. And I want a window here. But later I think, okay, no, I want the window a little bit more over here. And this one more over here. So it keeps you have a lot of flexibility. But you also have to clean up, because we are going to export this model, and which means that we want to use the model that we're making. We want to use it in different programs. Now the Boolean modifier is Blender specific, so it doesn't export with the file. So you would have to apply it first before you can export your model to be used in another program. So we have to apply it, and I think that's the major downside of the Boolean modifier, because as you can see now we have this topology, and it just makes it so that it works, but you have to do all the cleanup, which is pretty annoying. Yeah, not just like time consuming. So it's good for sketching and seeing, okay, how do I want my model to look? Where do I want to place my my windows, for example? But you would have to either apply them or, for example, to make the cutouts yourself. So use it as a guiding line. So then you don't have to apply them. Then you just use this as the guidelines. You can delete it. And you would still have the lines that you cut based on the wireframe of the bool tool. So it's a useful tool, but it has its own peculiar. It behaves in strange ways. It's also not always very consistent. So sometimes you get mixed results. So I would actually advise you to use the technique of loop cutting, because it will give you quads, give you good topology. You can still do all the loop cuts you want. So yeah, that's it.